This is an occipital motion assessment. Shouldn't take us very long to do this. To get started, we're going to have the patient in a seated position, either in a chair or on a table on the side of the table. We're going to be behind the patient, and we're going to take both hands, split finger contact around the patient's ears, thumb on top of the patient's head, favoring the posterior aspect, because we're going to take the patient's head into extension, occiput on C1 only, and spring to check for that springy motion and springy infield. That's the right side. Then we'll come and we'll lean slightly to the left, check that left condyle to see if it's moving appropriately. Then we want to check to see if everything's moving in flexion. Now, to do that, I'm going to make a contact like you would think you were adjusting the patient, but this time I'm going to flex to the lateral side, this time the right, and I'm going to spring into flexion, again feeling for that springy infeel, and then I'll check the left, doing the same thing. All you're doing in each instance is rocking the patient's occiput on C1 either into extension, favoring one side and then the other, or flexion, favoring one side or the other. Now, to check rotation, I'm going to place my index finger on the tip of the mastoid and my chiropractic index finger on the tip of the TVP on the side that I want to check, and then I'm going to have the patient rotate their head away from the side of my contact. Now, what I should see slightly is my index finger start to come forward or away from my chiropractic index finger ever so slightly. And if so, then things are moving in rotation for the occiput. Lateral flexion, on the other hand, I have the same contacts, but I'm going to do exactly that. I'm going to laterally flex away from my contacts, looking to see that my fingers, if they're close together, they spread just a little bit, and that would be the normal aspect of it. Of course, if either the rotation is not happening or the lateral flexion, you don't see it opening up, we have a restriction there, and very simply put, we would look at that in the overall scheme of things as to what needs to be adjusted. But this is a quick assessment of motion for the occiput on C1.